Okay, I'd like to say hi everybody and welcome to another video. This is actually the last day. Wow, oh my goodness, it's the last day of 2019. You know what we got coming, more or less, don't you? I'm going to try and keep my cool in this video. I'm going to try to keep my cool and be mature and sensible in the way I speak. I'm not going to swear, I'm not going to go overboard, but I'm going to express some thoughts here. I'm going to share some thoughts with you, and I'm going to try not to ramble as well, okay? And every year, I say every damn year, every year that comes in, the new year, I always say this, I either say it or I think it every year, this is without fail. I always think, here we go, a new year, and like it could be like the first day that we're into the new year, and it's like I always think, how many murders have there been already? How many murders? How much crime has gone on? And when I say crime, I want the people to understand something. The world is corrupt anyway, a lot of society anyway, and there's a lot of corruption in the world. In terms of law as well, there's a lot of crazy stuff in law in general. But what I'm saying, when I say crime, I'm using a loose term. What I mean is, yes, crime, but I mean also just pure insanity, pure evil, carnage, just crazy actions of people. There's just pure negativity that is no good for anyone. People, that are older and should know better, or youths, younger people that only have the amount of life experience that they have in the years that they've been alive, but yet, whether they're older or younger people, there's these people that go around with this rage in themselves, this anger, this confused anger, that they know where it's coming from, but they don't. They don't, really. They'll tell you what they're unhappy about in society. They'll tell you about whatever it is. It could be anything, that their hard upbringing they've had, growing up in a violent area, growing up in a violent family, an abusive family, growing up in a place where whatever it is, it could be this racial stuff again, racial profiling, that they've been racially profiled by police all the time, or kept getting stopped by police when they've been doing nothing wrong. Whatever it is, there's people out there of all races, I'm saying here, who want to, and all races, okay, male and female, all races, and all different ages. Sadly, a lot of younger ones, and sadly some older ones too, who have a rage in them, an understanding of, they justify what they do in these violent actions, this criminal type lifestyle, this rebellious, if you want to call it rebellious, because in some situations that's how they see it. They're rebelling against a cold world which has treated them a certain way and hardened them to be this way. So they're warriors, and they justify it, and they feel to themselves, that they're warriors rather than weak, which is what you actually are. If you're weak, if you fall to your enemy and become what you say the enemy's trying to make you. As I say, I saw one video online with there was this gang, this is in America, but we're talking all over the world, okay? The crime level in the UK is unbelievable. Now, I come from the UK, but I moved out of there many, many years ago to live in China, because I can't stand insanity, and I need to survive, and I need to survive in a peaceful place. So, sane places. Let's go back to what, at least somewhere where you're more safe, God damn it, right there, and can survive. There's many factors to why I moved to China, but let's get back to what I'm saying now. A lot of the world's going mad. Wars are insane too, let's face it, right? But let's get back to what I'm saying now, okay? Yeah, I'm just me sharing my views. Yeah, I'm just me sharing my honest views, and I'm not coming from your standpoint, anybody out there. Yeah, I'm not I'm not anybody else, and yeah, I've not been living in other people's situations. But as I say, I'm not going to swear, I'm not going to lose my temper. Usually I would start really ranting at this point when I express this. And I'll say this very clearly. So the people out there who feel they're so hard done by and they want to live a life of crime or whatever, like I've said, whether you feel the governments let you down, people in your neighbourhoods let you down, other gangs, your friends, love stories where we could, family, racial discrimination, or any kind of discrimination against you and you as a person, whatever it is, whatever you affiliate yourself with, other people just because they got the same colour as you, other people just because they got the same religious belief as you, whatever it is, or because they're the same fans of the same football team you support, whatever it is, or because they were born in a place where someone raises a flag, which is a coloured design, a flag that someone's drawn in history, just like kids draw or whatever. It's just a design. Just because there's people around you acting a certain way, you affiliate yourself with them, right? Look, I'm telling you now, as an individual, you've got a brain. You've got a brain in you. It doesn't matter what you are. It doesn't matter, you're a woman, so you join the women's movement marching down the street, and you don't care what it is for. You just think, oh, it must be good because I'm part of that team. What should I do? If I woke up, if I was to wake up black tomorrow, what am I going to do? Stand up and say, marching for black people. Look, my brain's still the same in me. White, black, whatever. I'm a white colour skin male of planet Earth. We divided things up with borders and said, oh, that's the UK. We made languages by moving our mouths, moving the damn muscles and throat muscles to make a language. We started to work different things and follow other people's ideas and group. So a lot of what happens is you get individuals that create things, but they work together in groups and they create things and they say, oh, that's tradition. And this is how culture goes and patterns go for many, many years. Some things become rules, some things become habit, but over the years you say, there we are, they've developed their civilization and their culture, and that other country's got theirs. And while it's all amazing and great, well, we should... excuse me, I've got a bit of a bad throat. While we should respect that and value all the good of all the different cultures and races, and value and study our history, we should be real about it and say we are literally all human beings. We're all literally human beings here. Oh, my great-grandfather fought in the war. Yeah, he risked his life. And he had to fire a gun, but he was a good person, and blah, 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 the same old crap. Maybe that was so. Maybe it was really brave. Maybe the soldiers do things that normal people wouldn't be able to do. Maybe he was cold-blooded enough to shoot people to death. But man, death is no good. Look, oh my God. The violence, the insanity of the world is insane. Greed and corruption. First of all, greed's wrong, right? You want more food than you can actually eat on your plate. So you go into the canteen and you tell the woman, I want 10 chicken legs on my plate. You end up eating 5 of them like a monster, maybe 6, and you just can't finish all those chicken legs. You just had to get them though to make sure that other people didn't get them. Now that's just ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. And then image and ego. You act a certain way because you want to impress people. You don't feel. I'm not saying you. I'm saying a lot of people in the world. In this, I'm just saying these what's the word? Expressing the meaning of it. So, well, there isn't any really, you know. So basically, people go out there, go out of their way on a daily basis to prove in society themselves in some way in order to get respected, because without any respect from others, you're nothing in society. Remember, I've told you already, I will always be a reject of society. I will always be an outsider to society. Not because I'm not. It's got nothing to do with me being accepted or not. Because I will be rejected for following nature rather than people who have a society, which we call civilizations, with civilization, built on just that, greed and ego. Do you know what greed is? Do you know what ego is? Which is basically, you know, ego being a negative, an act you put on every day because you are afraid that you do not exist if you don't exist to others as something amazing. That is fear. It's all fear. Okay, now I have not lived. Let's put that on the side. Understand that's fear, right? Get that? Now, tell me about fear. I don't live in that. I live in nature. I follow true reality. Because you go on holiday and you're okay for a few weeks, ain't you, mate? You go to other places. You go and live somewhere else and you won't be thinking the way you're thinking now. So there's proof in the pudding. There's proof there at Christmas pudding. There's proof there. Because you go one place and you're in a different state of mind. And the people around you in that place might actually be similar to how you were in the other place. What the problem is your mind problem. It's your mind. It's your perception of the world around you that's making you this way. So what? Oh my God. What makes you any less of a person than others so as to make you feel, I said, what, okay, can it be that there is so as to make you feel that you've been treated others, you look down on by others, so that you have to then do something about it, as though their petty opinions, as wrong as you know they are, because you're not a nasty person, are you? You're not an ignorant person. You wouldn't. You're not someone who's trying to make a terrible world. You know, you're actually a peaceful, positive person, right? Right? Are you? What do you do on a daily basis? Think about it. Okay, so if they're wrong now, let's get that straight. You're at least trying to be a positive person. If they're wrong, they're less than even petty. They are so irrelevant, their attitudes, that you have to take steps to do something about it. You have to go out of your way every day to what? Put hoods up, masks over your face, carry a knife, carry a gun, start doing drugs, talking loud, or walking around, or maybe in your workplace just walking around tough, talking loud. Look at me, man. Getting tattoos or dressing a certain way to not because you like it, but you like it because it shows people you're tough, and you show them. So you have to do that every day until the hassle doesn't become a hassle, but it's still hassle. You have to live up to that life. You have to duck bullets, fire bullets, do drugs, play a role like this actor. Okay, soldier. And you know, that's what it's like, is it, for you a soldier time, yeah? You have to put your army camouflage on, carry a heavy bag, whatever it is, go out into battle, act like you're not a human, act like you're full of honour about it. Yeah, gang, what, represent the gang, I mean. And soldier, and you can even rap about it or whatever, something that you're not happy about. You're saying that you've been made into a robotic slave of society because you've had hard times and you want to even rap about it. You're in quite a cool flow about it, you know what I mean? Yeah, quite enjoyable, isn't it, really? You're controlled by these people and you become, as you feel, as you see it, people that are wrong, people that look down upon you as you see it. And get this, you're concentrating on them enough, ain't ya? Because I know in this world there's people that look down on us, there's people that look down on people all the time. There's always negative people. There's people that are envious or people that don't understand you when you're doing a good thing. If you stand up and do a good thing, if you be Mr. Nice and Mr. Normal, Mr. Quiet, speaking nicely, and he's not Mr. Tough, you know, Mr. Goody Goody, you'll be seen as what? That's what I said before, a walkover. A walkover, like me, right? Most of my life. So you'll be seen as weak, as though you're an idiot, when in actual fact you're intelligent, trying to make communication and trying to find your way into inputting some quality, ability of what you can do. Then you don't give a damn about people. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about people's negative opinion. I'm not going to dress a certain way, walk a certain way, talk a certain way, or try and cause more carnage than they have to prove a point. I don't have to. Are you starving again? Also to the criminals out there. Are you starving? Yeah, man, you don't know what it's like out there, man, blah, blah, blah. You see all this that other people are getting and you want to... You know. Look, I said, are you starving? There's people in the world that are literally starving. You tell you what you are, you're bored. I don't want to swear any... Are you bored or not? You've got no time to be bored, man. I'm working too hard every day. I'm hustling, man. I'm selling drugs. Come on, are you bored or not? The way you have to go out every day, acting like that, I don't care what it's road man, yeah man, whatever they call it. You're being like a slave to whatever you think has got you. If you stopped all automatically, what would happen? If you started to be a normal person, what would happen? Would you die of starvation? Have you got no place to live? Are you literally homeless on the road man, starving? No. Some of you, I don't know what I'm saying. Was there a choice? You've got young people that just left their families, young people that have got parents, they go out and they're big gangbangers. What are you talking about? Because you have to, because the world's like that? No. No. You don't have to be anything because other people are the way they are. You may be angry for nothing. Do you understand that? Whatever you're angry about, whether it's nothing and you're just overthinking things, or whether it's legit things where things are really, you know, you're being looked down on, you're being treated badly, whatever it is, as you see it, discrimination or whatever, all that stuff. Don't you think, right, you owe yourself more than just being a robot. Like, if you don't want to work in a job, if you don't want to work in a job, why are you going to put their uniform on? If you don't like a job, and you know this job is so bad, it's doing no good for you. It's just, you know, why would you stay in a job where basically the way you're carrying on is like you're not getting paid even, and you're just going to stay in there with your uniform on and cry like a baby and stay there moaning about it day in day out in the place with that on, yeah, man, the government, they made me a ghetto, fuck, so excuse my language, right? They made you like a ghetto, a thug. They made you what you are, yeah? The government, the country, whatever it is, whatever you say, the racist police or whatever it is, yeah, man, they make it, whatever it is. So you, whatever race you are, I'm just saying, right? You're there, you're saying, you live the way they are, that's your reality because these places were created, these ghettos or whatever you want to call it. You've got such a hard life. Oh, you're starving, yeah? Like the people in some other countries where they've got no water, literally, and they're lying in the muck and they've got no roof. They ain't got no iPhones, they've got none of that. They've got no clothes, they've got no shoes on their feet, some people, you understand me? But you, wherever you come from, you know, let's say UK, US, but you're living in the ghettos, as you call it, and you're saying, yeah, there's crime going on, it makes it ghettos, but those are just small apartments, let's face it. But let's get back to what I'm saying, okay? You say now that the country or whatever, the corrupt police or whatever, have put you in there, the government or whatever has put you in that situation, put the drugs in your place, put this and that, treated people like crap. So now you're going to just become a violent person and live the way they've made you. You put a human being in a cage. You may say you want to become an animal over time. He's still a human being. You put a bird in a cage, man. Leave it in there for a while. Open the cage. He's going to try and fly out, man. I'll just say, an animal's still an animal. Right? So, you are a human being. What has the power? None of this acting tough and all this talking loud. You're talking. You don't care about anyone. You're not afraid of any man. Nothing. All this stuff. How tough you act to represent whatever it is your gang or impress your affiliates. Listen to yourself, man. Look in the mirror, because you're going to be doing that your whole life. One day you're going to be an old age pensioner if you're lucky. People get confused with what feels good for a moment. People feel good when they're fighting. This is a problem, though. And I know about this because I know about this because of martial arts as well, so I know about this, alright, in fighting. It does feel good sometimes. Whether it's to let out some frustration, or whether it's just because it feels good. It just feels good, like, not even mentally, it just feels good to actually, like, let some aggression out of it, whether you're punching a punching bag or hitting something, smashing something or shouting or just you just feel like you've got to let it out or getting or letting people know what they're wrong. It does make you feel good. And but what I'm trying to say is people get confused with what feels good. Sometimes. They miss the whole point of the whole thing. Why would you be upset? Why are you upset? And what is making you live the way you're making yourself live? What is making you live the way you're living? If you're truly saying that you are being forced into a certain way of life, don't you think you should start taking your life in your own hands? Don't you think it's time that you stop living the way that you're supposedly forced to be living? Life's so hard, man. Yeah, man can't even afford gold chains around my neck, man. Yeah, man, what, baby? Yeah, I can't even afford a pair of trainers, man. Yeah, man. I got a new car, man, but I want the big things, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. When there's people in hospital with cancer. There's people in hospital, do you hear me? To be honest with you, right? There's people with no legs, man. There's people that are blind, they're deaf, things, So, I'm not talking about someone who blinded himself by going into a war, putting his head up towards someone's gun and yelling. I'm not talking about someone who's been taking loads of drugs and didn't care about the consequences and ended up having health issues. I'm talking about people out there that are just, had these things happen to them. Anyone, there's people. Look, don't you talk about your pride, man. This ain't no pride march. I'm talking real life here, right? Oh, damn it, right? You going on about this, right? Isn't it like a prostitute? Like, you know what I mean? You're used like a prostitute, like some hooker. You go on about your pride. You talk about how tough you are. You talk about how tough you are. How honourable you are. If someone disrespect, man, I'll smack him up. Yeah? You don't like the way people look at you a certain way. You're like, what? That's disrespect there. You want to do them in. You got this violence. You're like so paranoid. You would never let any man look down upon you. You're a man or woman, right? That's how you feel. You're tough. You show them that nobody will mess with you, even in their attitude. They better watch it. Because you're ruthless. You're a savage. Like, all that. you're really like, you are self-respect. You're going to show you how deadly you are, how you're a badass, right? That's how much you care about your self-respect. You become an animal, you don't even realise it. But if you truly respected yourself, one, you wouldn't give a damn what people think. You wouldn't be controlled like that because they're petty nobodies. They don't know. They're the ones who are negative. They would go around with that tough attitude in them. That's why they're trying to put you down in the first place. You hate that. You become what you hate. Those people are trying to, someone looking down upon you or being a certain way, that is an attacking kind of a way, isn't it? You don't want to be an attacking type of person. Look, you can't stand that ignorance. So all people can't stand ignorance and disrespect, it's like lack of respect for life. So then you go out, excuse me, but my throat's bad. But, all these shootings, stabbings, hood life, all this stuff going on. Thug life, all these terrible things going on. Shootings, robberies, I don't care what it is, fights, abuse, stabbings, beating up people. It's just, you don't really, life is not valued at all. Oh my God, you're not valuing life at all. You give your life up to a gang, meaning, or to your ends as they call it, ends, the hoods or whatever you call it. You give your life up to the ideas of others that keep you in check, keep you in that, I'm going to use this word and you won't understand it, poverty. Let me understand, I'm in poverty there. You live a lower quality level of life. I'm not talking about housing. There's people that have got no roof over their head. They're living in mud. You've got a small apartment. I'm not saying have what you're given. Like the golden syrup in the spoon. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying people become violent, become negative, become greedy, become what's the word? All that stuff because it feels good. People usually do what feels good for them. They feel just instinctively. As more than fighting for a cause that upsets them. They use all that as a front. These biker gangs and stuff that go riding around on bikes and stuff, speeding down the road, doing wheelies. Because there's not enough, what do they call it, bike parks, I don't know, skateboard parks, I don't know what they call it. Because there's not enough whatever. They make up excuses all the time. When you hear stories about how religion helped someone stay on the right path, when you hear things about people saying it was this or it was that, something that had to distract them from doing wrong, it was this that kept me on the right path or that, and it's like you think, oh, thank God for that, really we're like so good that someone had something else that could keep them on the right path. But what I'm saying is the human mind is the problem. It's hard because it's hard to focus if you're a teacher. Because I've worked as a teacher for many years and I've seen kids. I've seen the way kids treat each other and stuff. Kids can be natural bullies, and it's like I've seen how other kids are bullied. I've seen how other kids are. I was bullied when I was in school. I'm saying I've seen how kids are afraid to sit in a certain chair, and the other kids won't let that kid sit down anywhere. And he's like no, and he has to find another place to sit. It's the old thing. It's like one of the old bullying things you see in school, and it brings back memories to when I was in school. And I'm talking little kids, like 7-year-olds or whatever, but 7, 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, whatever. But it's like damn, you know, and it's like 9-year-olds, something 9, 10, something like that, age-wise. Yeah, probably about 9, 10-year-olds, something like that. I'm talking here, and young kids can be real bullies, you know. And where does it come from? There's not like an actual thing, but what it is they see the way other kids treat that kid. And that's the same as adults in the workplace, in society. You could be working for the Queen. You could be working for in some top company. Believe you and me, the people you're working with, they've all got different personalities, and certain ones treat certain people, certain ideas, certain individuals a certain way. If it doesn't fit in a certain way with the group, they all follow each other. People follow what's popular, regardless of what it is. So the young youths, they'll follow some drill music or something, and they'll follow that. Some rap music, drill music. I like rappers, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying they'll follow this thing for the craze of it. You know? They'll go in and they'll put a mask on their face and hood up. They're like the whole gangster attitude. Yeah, that's cool. They might even carry a knife on the street. Are we saying the young boy is an absolute psychopath? No, he's probably got brains in him, but he's just mystified. His mind's been taken, and he's like into that. You know, the group. Oh, this is good, man. This is what they're doing. It's cool. It's like the everyday guy that he's damn Comic Con cosplay thing or something. It's like they would join the group. Oh, everybody in the class is wearing football t-shirts, so they're all going to wear them now. They might not be going to watch a football game, but they'll do it because it's the in thing. Well, everybody's dyeing their hair a certain colour, so they're all going to do it now. It's all a fad, you know. So they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. But the thing is, life is real. It's not some make-believe thing. And you got crime out there. You got violence going on. People at risk of getting hurt, getting killed, whatever. I mean, you get these prankers and jokers doing prank videos. They're good fun, and they're fun to watch. Some of them are good. But sometimes some of these people do some crazy pranks, and it's like they're going to get some retaliation. Someone could beat them up or kill them. Could happen like this. Let me tell you what I'm saying, okay? Crime. Man, if you know someone who's a criminal in your family or your friends, or if you yourself have been, or whatever it is, what pees you off in life? What makes you feel good? Who are the people you're around? What do you do on a daily basis? What do you do in your free time? What meaning is there in your life? And don't talk about money, don't talk about how the society treats you or anyone treats you, good, bad, I don't care who they are, from the richest people that you never come into contact with, or the people around you in your neighbourhood, I don't care who it is. How are you living your life? How would you like to be living your life? I like to be living my life lavish, man. I like to be living my life lavish. I have my own yacht. I have my own cruise ship, man. I have my own helicopter blood. Oh yeah, man. So I just stab people up with a mask on my face and take drugs every day, man. What? Go, yeah. Man's on drugs every day like what? Man's on drugs every day like what? I stab man in the heart and they stab me in the gut. No. It's like, yeah, right, it's good, isn't it? Yeah, good beat to it. You got the floor. I like it. I like the music as well. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? But what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm not gonna get enraged here. But what are you going on about, though? What's the message? Man wants to get a yacht. Man wants to have his own speedboat. Man wants a man. And I'm 12 years old and no. What, man? Grow up. You've got a life ahead of you. You've got a life ahead of you. And for those who are older, you've got a life behind you, haven't you? Now listen, let's wake up today. 2020 is upon us. Whatever evil there is in the world, whatever discrimination, evil, whatever it is, disagreements, differences of the thoughts of others, yes, there's going to be them. But can I just offer this bit of advice? Don't let the ideas of others, no matter how powerful these people may seem, whether they've got any kind of power, money or whatever, you have to remember you're a human. It's not about trying to be patient, be lenient and be just accepting of it. No, they are nothing. They're outside of you. You must be powerful within yourself. You are absolutely fine as a human being on this planet Earth, in the solar system, in space. There's nothing wrong with you. If your mind is constantly giving attention to other people and trying to live a certain way, then you're sold out. You have not got to do things as other people do it. If you don't like a job, find another one. Always try to find, don't you find in life that's what it's like sometimes? You're always trying to find a new job, you're always trying to find a better place to be, and you may need to move house or whatever. You're always trying to find peace, and you can't seem to find it amongst this pick and mix of people around you. You're perfect. There's always something there, isn't there? And you're always paying, and you always see yourself losing, but can't you see yourself winning and see yourself earning? And make a life that's more, intelligently enjoyable. Enjoy what you like to do, find a passion where it doesn't involve, let's say, money and all that so much. You know what I mean? And then do what you can. So when I say we're always trying to find a new job, I'm saying like, you're working in a terrible job you don't like, try and find another one. Or you want to find a job where you get paid more rather than less. But what they do is they don't. A lot of people, they don't do it, and they want to complain about their life, and they want to put their life on the line. There's people out there that want to say that it's okay to waste years. There's people out there that want to talk about respect, and they want respect, and they act tough in that, whether it's in a gang life or whether it's at work or whatever. But they don't have any respect in themselves for anyone or themselves or anything either. You've got to be more intelligent than your enemies. In darkness, it's like you're there. You're gangbangers and stuff. We're talking about how respect, that how they deserve respect and that, as though their life means something. So life means something. But so why do you give up your life to be a gang member? Why do you to be a criminal? To be what you're saying the society's making you. Someone who's got it hard. Got it hard, so you are hard, and you're making it hard, and you show what it is. No, man, get out of that then. I'm not going to stay in here and be a piece of crap, you say that. You stay in a job almost, a hooker's job. You don't want to be a prostitute. I'm saying you're working in a job, you're putting the same uniform on they're telling you to wear, and you're there, and you're talking the language that they're putting in your mouth. Whoever's running you, whoever's upsetting you, it's almost like as if they've made your lyrics for your drill music or your raps. It's almost like they've made you do everything you've done. All the bad things that you get from that life. It's a beautiful, glorified life, yeah? Feel good and that's pretty cool, making some raps, but you will know that you feel a lot of rage, you do feel a lot of this danger, is a lot of hardship in living that life you live in. And the same for the rich people too. The most people in society, it's all like a big gang. It's all run, it's all corrupt anyway. It's all like gang life, criminal life. It's all. So let's say, right, most people everywhere you go, you haven't got to be in a gang to know that. It can be anyone. All that unhappiness in your life, you need to put down the bags of crap. You're carrying bags of crap and rubbish for people. Put that down. You don't need to carry people's rubbish every day. You'll break your back. That's what you need to do. Accept yourself for who you are, though others may not. You must respect yourself. If you don't respect yourself, that's it. Respecting yourself doesn't mean doing other people's dirty work. Dirty work, okay? About this and that. There's people out there starving. They've got no money. They've got no water. Literally, they've got no half legs or whatever. They've got nothing. They're laying in the mud, dying with whatever. In the world, there's things like this going on right now. And you're talking about how hard you got it in the ghettos. Yeah, there's people running around with guns, yeah, knives and taking drugs, yeah. Whether they've done it or their brothers give them a gun or their father give them a gun or that corrupt racist cop down the road put drugs in his hand. Or whoever it was who did it. Or some woman was abused by some man, whatever it was, or your perverted granddad raped you when you was young, whatever it is, whatever it was, man, what are you going to make it now, and what's it going to be? Can you just come to terms and say, I'm not going to be that? It's the soldier in battle, the soldier, I'm not going to ramble, I'm being honest, it's the soldier in battle who does the right thing? The soldier's in battle, he's fighting for his people, he's firing, gunning down people with all of his soldiers, that he's on the same side, but then he sees an innocent little child hiding hiding scared in the woods, and he doesn't shoot. He just tells him, he pretends like he didn't see it. He does the right thing. Now that young child could later on become a president or someone who could affect their country. Probably end up going back to his country and making rap records or something, and then inspiring the whole country, who then goes in, affects politics and who ends up being voted to be the next president or whatever. So the cycle's got, you don't even know who you're fighting for or fighting against. You're always fighting against yourself. When you're trying to fight against time, man, you better get off that train if it's in the wrong direction. Because time's not going to be waiting for you, and nobody else is going to either. You know about all these people you hear about in the raps, or free man, free him. Was it free up, ding dong dang, free up, ring dong rang, free him up, man. All my brothers in jail, man, free him up. Yeah, why I got to free him up? Like, they might say free you, free this. They're not free themselves. They don't know what free is. What do you think free is? There's people getting their heads blown off. There's people getting locked up in prison. There's people alive and living that life in the way they're living, but they're not free. There's people that have got loads of money right now and they're not happy either. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're yellow vest or you're some trans movement walking down the road in some underwear. I don't care, right? I'm not being funny, right? Whatever it is, you've got to be free in your mind first. And again, it's the same with religion. There's people that are religious. You might be promoting God or whatever. But if you're not clear in your mind of right, if God's supposed to know everything, if there's a God, I don't know. What do you think He's going to think about you? So this person's not even sure about what they're even saying. He's controlled by other people. You talk like you're bigger than everybody. Nobody is bigger than you. But you're controlled and hosed and pimped like a prostitute. You are controlled by everyone like they're the boss. You got to beg people for money because you got to be a mug or rob people or jack people or whatever they call it is there. You do all this stuff because you can't get by. But yeah, we're talking people that have got places to live. They got food on them. They got clothes. They got, so we're not talking the poorest parts of the world. Still, find your way on this planet Earth. I dare you to find your way on this planet Earth and find some peace in you. Find some sanity. If you find that, you'll look back on your life to this dark, nasty time that you've been living, and you'll think, my God, what was I doing? Don't you think that even now, if you're living with that every day? I don't care who you are, a normal person going to work every day, trying to impress people at work, whoever it is in society. What are they talking about? Who are they? Who are they for you to be impressing them? Don't you think that's ridiculous? It's got to stop right now. You're a human being. And the same if you're in a gang or whatever. Yeah, man, ducking bullets, man, dodging knives, taking drugs, I'm taking lives. Whatever. Oh yeah. Who you mess with my friend? You don't know who I am, but still I'm a bad man. What don't you think, like, what is that gonna do for you? Got to respect, man. What? Respect, man. Look at your friends, they all talk like you're doing that. What are you gonna do? If someone was to bang a gun, you'd be dead straight away. You'd be done, man. So, you respect life? You think there should be something more, right? So, go for something more then. Rather than being that same old regurgitated, recycled thing that they're making you. Whoever you say is making you this way, stop being this way. All the hardship in your life, wouldn't you cut it out of your life? Rather than beg people to help you get this out? Wouldn't you rather just... If there was some smelly crap in your toilet, wouldn't you flush it? If you was holding something that was too heavy, wouldn't you put it down? if you didn't need to carry it, I'm saying. Do positive stuff. Focus on positivity, man. Do some exercise. Find a passion. Find a hobby. Find something you like to do. Talk to different people. Be normal. Stop trying to ram your ideas down people's throats or feel that they're able to control you, let alone trying to or not. It doesn't matter what other people think. You're you. You don't like certain things, certain ideas, just keep away from it. It's a long enough life. You got a long enough. You got, you know. We wish it was a longer life, but you know, there's places you can go. There's different things you can do in life. My God, it's unbelievable. Now let me just look here, okay? You'll either get this today or later if you're still alive. Now let me tell you what I'm saying, right? I got an email earlier on. I got an email from a good friend of mine telling me there's still a lot of negativity going on where he lives. Negative stuff out tonight, he says. In the night time. A lot of azimuth. It's like a slang term that we made up for negativity. Just negativity in general, okay? So, negativity out tonight. This is what my friends just told me, okay, as of the other night, like last night. Bins, get this, in the UK, okay, in Birmingham. Bins, that's rubbish bins, okay? Set alight. Carjacking and rope tied to a railing and a tree so cars hit it. Mad heads. They are mad, crazy heads, yes. First of all, you can cause a number of accidents doing that. A lot of danger doing it. My problem is this, right? These people need to. They're doing that as though that's gonna, make a difference. It's almost like some of these protesters in certain countries. Okay, some young guy goes with a mask on his face and smashes a few glass windows of some phone shop. Someone steals a bike and chucks it into a river. Ha ha ha. You know? Someone spray paints some graffiti on a bridge. All you do is not going to make a difference, believe you and me. All that is not going to do anything. So, these so-called poor little young gangbangers who know everything, they know more than the adults apparently. Whoever's done it, I don't know the ages, but these things here we've just heard of, the carjackings, people tying ropes and stuff to trees and railings to stop cars getting through, probably noisy, probably fighters, probably carrying knives, who knows, and setting bins alight, setting them on fire. These people, these human beings, do you think they're people of a sane mind, a sensible mind? You might say, well, some sane people are driven to do certain things. Now, hear me out. Do you think that's logical? Do you think these people are coming from a place where, they've been treated so badly by the government and they're trying to put a message out there? This kind of a message is really going to change their situation for them. All of a sudden, the government's going to come into the ghettos and give them all the gold and build them mansions to live in and they're not going to have to live in their 2-bedroom apartment anymore. They're not going to have to wear those old-fashioned come out last week Nike trainers or whatever it is, Puma, Adidas clothes. No, they're going to give them all the glamour. They're going to give everybody a limo. And everything's going to be fun. They're going to give them a luxurious skating park, and then they're going to live a better life. Or do you think maybe that it's not even about any of that, and all they're doing is having a laugh because they're bored and like, yeah man, we're tough man, we can do whatever we want, and they can just set fire to things and try and cause accidents and mug people and rob people and rap about it? Because that's what I think it's all about. Am I wrong? Wake up every day like that. It don't matter if they wake up in a prison cell. It don't matter if they wake up in the next day in a prison cell, or they wake up doing the same thing again on the streets. It don't matter if they wake up in a grave looking down at themselves. That is what the facts are. What a waste of life. Imagine your son was in a car. Imagine that was your house. Yeah, man, I know you're going to say you wouldn't have it. You'd stand up and you'd fight them off or something. But I'm saying, you wouldn't be too happy, would you? But they just don't care. They just don't care. They just don't care. They just don't care. Yeah, so this is pathetic. So now, when it comes to crime, okay, it's all pathetic crap. But when it comes to crime, thugs and crime, what's being done? What focus is being done? What can be done to prevent more of this? Prevent this gang type culture, the knives, the guns, the drugs, all of it that comes with it. What can you do? Are the police doing a good enough job? What the heck are people talking about when you say police brutality for a start? Yeah, there's things like police brutality. But in my mind, right, for me it's pretty simple. The bad guys shouldn't have the weapons. The police should have the weapons. The police should have much more power than criminal thugs. It shouldn't be a case that the police officer has to get into a wrestling match with the guy trying to restrain the guy, and the guy's got a knife. Criminals are going to get hold of stuff like that, fair enough, but it should be simple. The police officer's got a gun. He shouldn't abuse his thing. He shouldn't be shooting people for no reason. But it should be like cowboy style, in my opinion. Drop your crime where you are, or you get your whatever blown off. That's in my opinion. Drop the crime, or get your legs blown off. Everything's on camera. Everything's on camera. Body cameras on the police. If there's any ill stuff, okay, if the police officer does anything wrong, if the police officer unlawfully, shoots a person for no reason, when there's no threat or whatever, then there should be action taken against that police officer. Yes, absolute action taken. Prison time for a long time or whatever, But I'm saying the police have got to have more power than the criminals. They've got to be the authority. None of this playing people are afraid of the police. Nobody respects the police. They're the ones that are protecting. But again, the problem is not even police or punishments and prisons. The problem is the minds of people. How do you? Because people glorify it through music, through the media, whatever it is. People glorify greed. This comes back from the old days. It's spoke of in the Bible as well. I'm not religious, but I'm just saying. So people got this in them, this greed, this negativity, even from a young age. Kids, like I've said, and you see it. And where did they learn that from? I don't know. From their classmates or whatever. I don't know. But people just follow the way what seems to be popular, what's cool, what's the in thing. You need to just start realising what's cool is what's really positive for you and life itself. So you've got this problem, this issue. People need. It's a psychological problem, and it seems to be a human condition. I don't know, some kind of trait that humans have. I don't know what to say. But until we can start trying to at least doctor and manage this thing and promote good messages rather than corrupt education that's going through the country just because it's politically correct, it earns a few bucks here or there. That's what it basically is. So they think they can force certain kinds of education on people's kids and certain laws against certain businesses and parents. So it's just, they have to have it, and they can't go against it. They're forcing homosexual lessons and stuff upon kids, telling people that there's multiple genders and it's okay to be whatever you want to be and all this stuff, or whatever it is, and all these different ideas, whether it's religion or whatever. So they force certain things upon people. I think they should be forced. I think not forcing. I think they should be, as I say, sharing more of a productiveness, more self-valuing the self more. Because none of that is valuing the self. You need to value yourself as an individual human being, and no matter what, yes, you're part of the human race. You don't have to say I'm a good person. You don't have to say I'm a human being like you. Yeah, without saying that. It's like you are a human being. Yes. What about it? You feel good about it. You should feel good in you and your being of what you are, who you are. Feel good. How can you feel good about it? You're smashing the place up. Feel good about it. You should find some interest. I think people are just too bored. That's what it is. But yeah, the crime is terrible. But yeah, laws need to be stricter, I think. Carried out well, you know, but very much more powerful, much stronger law enforcement. We need to get these criminals in control. I'm under control. Keep them under control. We need to eradicate crime. We need to eradicate crime, and I think the criminals are the same. I'm sure they'll agree. We need to eradicate anything that's negatively against you, human beings of society. We're all the same human beings, right? Just get your ego out the window. Get all that attitude out the window. Right? It's okay to be honest and humble sometimes, right? All the time. Truthful, not weak. We want to get rid of the crime. You're trying to say that there's police and government that are so corrupt. They're doing things which are unjust to make you, whatever, live a certain way. Understand what you're doing yourself and understand what they're doing. All of us have got to stop being so, corrupt, greedy, and insane. That's it. We've got to be sane. Thanks for watching this. I'm going to stop this video. Thanks for watching. It's sick, right? Put down the put down the knives. Put down the guns. Man. Put down the knives. Put down the guns. Put down the drugs. You don't need to walk around with a mask and act like whatever. Stop trying to, even with your mouth, like it's like you're carrying a knife or a gun. You're like talking, like, what man? What man? What are you talking about? It's like the animal. Just calm down. Calm down. You must stand up to any man and knock him out. You know what I'm saying? If someone from a distance has pulled a trigger, bang, you'd be done as well. We're all human beings. Yeah, but you ain't got it in him. Like, I do it. You got a life to live. Yeah. You got a life to live. You got a life to live. You got a life to. You got things you can do. Not a life like in society. I'm going to be wearing a shirt and working for you. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about actual something positive you can do with your life. Whether it's exercise, whether it's some kind of artistic creation, focusing on music, even whatever, even being positive, If you want to make aggressive like stuff, there's aggressive sports. Do boxing. If you want to do aggressive like rap and hip hop, do it in a way with a powerful message, which going to empower people, like about putting down negativity, because that's what you ultimately want to do anyway, right? Talking about how, not just saying about you're going to stab someone up, shoot someone, and it's okay to be a gangster, take drugs, everybody's afraid of you and you're hard. No, make it be like some message where you're telling people about you don't care, you're going to be tough, and you're going to stand up to what's wrong. Make it be like, a message. If you've got any intelligence in you, man, share some of your intelligent ideas. Probably better than some teachers out there, about how we could live a better way, how we could do better for ourselves and not care about anybody else trying to put us down, how we don't have to be under control of other people. Not just how you stab a man up, beat him up and shoot him. That's nothing. That's nothing. Anyone can do it. You can look the other way and someone else, old woman can slap you. You know what I'm trying to say? There's no difference there. No difference there. You think it's confidence and fear that makes it? No way. Not always. Got the key in your hand, as I said, you can open the door with that key. But if you put it the wrong way or you force it, twist it, you may break the key to the door. Thanks for watching. Take care now. I wish you all the best and safety, everybody, in the new year. Please, I'll say this, be sane. Can you just... It's not easy, man. I can't live that lifestyle. You know what I mean? I got brothers in prison, man. I'm talking about, that's a real, that's like a London thing, man. That's like a UK talk, man. You think like, what's the name? Do you think Shakespeare's talking like this, bro? It's so stupid. It's pathetic. I'm trying to speak clearly in this video, but it's like, I'm just saying, it's just absolutely. You're old, man. It's like you're being old. Like recently I made a song called Shit Drill Music. Not because I think it's all shit. I think some of the raps are good. You know, some of them got good flows. I like some of the beats. Different. I like all different kinds of rap. But I'm just saying, it's like, if it's related to crime and you being a hoe and you being a criminal and you being controlled by the government, controlled by whatever it is, and you feel that you're in this position so you're being controlled to do anything, whether it's good or bad, if you're being controlled to do something, you don't have a good mind, your own free mind, then I'm watching a bunch of slaves. I'm watching people that are being controlled. Are you controlled, or do you do things because you want to do them? I do things, man. I want to do, man. Do man's big thing. Whatever you. I don't understand that. Do you understand that? What you're saying? Yeah, people. I remember ends. Where's the ends? People. Other people, man. People know me. People know me. I know people. I know me. I know them, man. Them man know me. I know me. I'm here crying, baby. Change my nappy. What are you going on about, man? Batman. What are you talking about, Batman? There's no life there. There's no life. There's no anything there for you. There's nothing there for you. You're slaving yourself off. People know me, I'm away. People know me, I'm go stab in the back. Dumb. That's dumb. It's dumb. Look at the way they speak. People are like talking like they're puppets, man. Come on. Be what you're about. That you can, more than just that. Just like rapping about it, like from a victim standpoint. I'm saying you've got to be more of a. Can you be like a positive voice for people at least? You got some kind of attention. Now be wise. Maybe you're someone who's slipped into that kind of lifestyle. It's been hard for you. Maybe you're someone who's got their way into this kind of music scene. But okay, you've got a presence now. Be smart, and you're smart enough to do all that. So try and find another way now to try to impress and inspire people a certain way. To change things for the better, rather than being the same as it always is. Because it won't be long, man. There's people out there that die, and life is too short. And all this crime, you're making this world a dangerous, horrible world, a place for people to live in. It's not nice. It's not on. Regardless of all the evil in the world, you need to be the sane one. Thank you for watching. Take care now, and I wish everybody all the best for the new year. And I wish you a happy new year, everybody. Thank you. It's a really serious video. Oh God, the amount of stuff that's going to happen just probably tonight. Be safe at New Year celebrations. Be safe from now to next year to whenever, man. Just be sane, man. Forget what crap they're pumping out on the media. All the stuff that's going to come out in the news in the new year. All the crazy stuff that's going to happen on the news. All the things that what's going to happen in the new year. All the things that's going to happen next year. All the things they're going to tell you about. Stories about famous people getting in affairs or getting locked up, or wars in other countries, or terrorist attacks, or what do you call reality TV and protests, and someone's had a sex change, or whatever it is that they're trying to pump your brain with, like this VR, put your head in the cloud, mumbo jumbo, right? Listen, you're a human being. None of it makes it. You don't have to give yourself over to it all. Be human. Stand up for humans. If you're going to stand up for anything, you're going to stand up for humanness. Stand up for nature. Be clear of mind. Switch off for a minute and say, here I am. You don't need to be a hoe for these people. Whoring yourself for these people. The ideas of others, or the confusion of others. At least if you're in your own confusion, try to work towards some positive conclusion to it, you know what I mean? Okay, thanks for watching, take care now.